Test, 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 test. Looks good. Hey guys, Jason here, coming to you from Rocky Mountain National Park. We're looking for the first elk of the 2020 rut. We're gonna see what we can find today. The hot tips for today include, let me just show you where I am right now. So when you enter the park, you're going to come past the Beaver Meadows Visitor Center right here, and then come past the entrance station up to the split right here. The first hot tip is the Old Fall River Road. And especially around the top where it comes towards the Alpine Visitor Center. And then we'll head from there to the second hot tip, which is Milner Pass, which is a place I've seen bull elk before, and I love photographing them there. It's fantastic, beautiful colors, water and greenery, some trees, but some open areas as well. We're gonna go and see what we can find today, and hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll see some big ones, and if we're really lucky, we'll get a little bit of elk kind of behavior too. If we're not lucky at all, we'll come back around this direction and see if we can't look into some of the bigger parks with the binoculars and see if we can't see anything. Wish me luck. If I'm not wrong, I just made the classic mistake of forgetting to turn on my microphone before I started this last video. So I get to record it again, parked on the side of the road. I'm actually in my car because it's super windy outside. Right now you can't hear it, but you'll probably be able to in some of my videos if you haven't already. Just wanted to let you know we just stopped by Sheep Lakes in, I believe it's East Moraine Park. East Meadow Park? I'll look it up. And it's one of my favorite places to find bull elk in Rocky Mountain National Park, but they're not usually there until a little bit later in the year, and this being the end of August, I didn't expect to find any. I just wanted to stop really quick and make sure everything was, well, I was gonna say good, but bad if it's free of elk. You got it. Just noticed that weird light was on my face. Oh well, I'm gonna have to live with it since this is like my 4th time recording this video. Alright guys, a couple things about Old Fall River Road. One, not paved. You can get up it in almost any vehicle, but it's probably smart to have a 4-wheel drive. 2, it's a little bit dense. So as the snow builds up and the cold builds up high up in the alpine and the animals start moving down, they're gonna move into trees. It's gonna be a little bit harder to find them a little bit later in the year, even late September probably going to be a little bit harder than it is kind of this late August time frame. And so I am hoping we'll still see something as we get a little farther up. I'm hoping we'll get up into kind of some of the alpine meadows, and you can see some of what we're gonna see right behind me here. And if I'm right, we'll get some awesome shots, especially during golden hour, sunset, all of that. And if I'm wrong, we'll just keep going, probably head to Milner Pass. Let's go. Pro tip, don't put a water bottle in your camera bag, even sitting upright with the cap on. Even more pro tip, get Olympus cameras, they're waterproof. Okay, so I actually found a bull elk all by himself right on the side of Trail Ridge Road. He was kind of in the brush, wasn't a great shot, kind of weird lighting, no place to park, which is fine. He wasn't really big enough for me to want to pull over for anyway, which, as I say, probably sounds pretentious and judgmental. He was just kind of a small bull elk, take that however you want, I guess. This area is stunning. The nice thing about Old Fall River Road is if you find no elk, you still get to experience this. There are a couple more doe elk just over this ridge. I just said doe elk. There are a couple more cow elk just over this ridge. I haven't seen any other bulls, but I'm hopeful. I think I've seen 4 or 5 at this point, cows and 1 bull. Hey guys, we're up here in the windy alpine above Rocky Mountain National Park. Beautiful scenery right here. Hopefully you guys can see some of that in way too much wind. So we're just gonna see how well this mic does as I walk over someplace less windy. We're up here looking for elk in hopefully the beginning of the rut. If you don't know what the rut is, it's elk mating season. The biggest elk kind of come in looking for opportunities to battle it out with other giant elk and basically win mating rights with a herd of cow elk. So we're looking for big bull elk right now. You can see we're right up here in the alpine, but right about at the tree line as well. And a lot of these elk will actually start moving right about now, end of August, to this area where there are some trees. It's a little bit more shade from the wind. It's end of August, almost beginning of September, and it's getting a little chilly up here. I mean, it's always chilly at 12,000 feet, but a little bit more so. So they're gonna start migrating down and getting more into kind of natural elk rut behavior. We're headed to Milner Pass, kind of near the end of Trail Ridge Road, coming in from the Estes side. We're going to be headed down here now towards the valley. I'm really excited. Milner Pass is another one of my favorite places, like I said before, to photograph elk, especially bull elk. So I'm really hoping we find some. There's a chance I'm going to want to just hang out there and see if they show up, but I don't really know what the chances are of that happening. So we're going to see what cards we get dealt. Cross our fingers, pray for the best. Here we go. All right, this was awesome. So we found 2 bull elk right here on Milner Pass. They were together. They were dueling right when I snuck up on them. I cracked a stick and thought I scared them for a second, but they only paused for a second before going back to it. I think it's hailing right now. Oh well. I snuck over there, hung with them for a minute. I couldn't get any shots of them dueling. About the time I started recording, people started showing up. Really, 2 things made it a less than ideal shoot. People started showing up, and I'm sure you think the other one's hail or rain, and you're half right. The clouds came in and made it really dark, and now I'm kind of frustrated because all of a sudden there's a bunch of light coming through, but they're in this like little ravine. I don't think that there's any light getting to them right now. I was trying to shoot, it was ridiculous, but I was trying to shoot at like 1/10 of a second shutter speed, and my camera is great and I love image stabilization, but it's not that good. I mean, if the elk just like chews, it gets blurry. So we're gonna continue down into the rest of Milner Pass. I don't see any cars gathering, which I hate photographing around other people, but sometimes that's the best way to find elk. Hey guys, made it back home. It was a great day. Saw 2 big bull elk fighting it out, beginning just the early stages of bugling. I'm excited for even better encounters as the rut goes on this year, and afterwards heading up Trail Ridge Road, heading back to Estes Park. I got to see this massive bighorn sheep. Beautiful. You guys can see them right now. Just a great encounter. Beautiful sunset. And then after that, as the lights all went down, as the sun set, I got to see this adorable pika and catch this great video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And you know what? If you liked this, if you thought it was helpful, would you just go ahead and leave a comment letting me know if you caught anything that was wrong or have any tips for me? I'd love to hear that as well. And I'd love for you to make my day by subscribing, liking, sharing if you're up for it. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Peace out.